Hi, I'm Allison McNamara.
And Evelina Berry.
And we are having a tie-dye party! So here's what you need to tie-dye. You need lots of different colored dyes, something to obviously tie-dye, plastic bins filled with water, salts, we need squeezy bottles to be precise, some rubber gloves to protect your hands, and rubber bands. When it comes to actually making the solution, each dye is different, so you have to read the side of the box. You can use either a liquid or a powder, both will work. And then when you're actually going to put it in, start out more conservatively and then add as you go if you want it darker.
Absolutely, that way there's no room for mistakes.
Totally.
Or very little mistakes.
Now it's time to prep our shirts by dipping them in a solution of water and salt water. I added about a cup of salt to this bin right here.
And we actually use salt because it'll make the dye adhere better to the fabric.
We're gonna fully submerge it in here, just like this. Really make sure you get some of that salt on it. And then I'm going to wring it out. Now we're gonna really make all the magic happen by using our rubber bands. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create a pattern. So whether you want something that has maybe something that starts in the middle or is only squished on the top and solid on the bottom, this is where you get to kind of create your pattern. And while we can't entirely control what it looks like, you can kind of go in with an idea, right? So wherever you pinch it or pull it or squish it with your rubber bands is where you're gonna see those white creases.
And don't worry about making it perfect. This is supposed to be fun. So the more if the paint seeps through, if the colors mix, that's actually part of the fun.
We've got these squeezy bottles on hand, and what they do is if you want to get really precise with your tie-dyeing, you can fill them up with dye, kind of like so, and then get right by the rubber bands and in all those different crevices.
All right, I'm so excited to
start?
do this. Yep.
All right, get started.
I'm just gonna go for it. All right, first dip.
And depending on how dark or light you want it, you can either add more of the solution, and you can also let the shirt sit in the dye longer.
And also if you want to create more of an ombre effect, you can sort of dip it fully first and then just keep dipping the ends a little longer, so it's kind of like creates that beautiful gradient effect. So as you can see, there's already this little formation of lighter at the top and darker towards the bottom. So while you're doing this, make sure that you sort of mix your dye because it tends to sit at the bottom and then you don't get that beautiful color. Once you're happy with how they look and you like all the dye and everything, just squeeze them out to get the excess dye and water out of them. And then we're going to place them in a plastic bag.
Why we do this is because it really helps the dye seep into the cotton, so it's good to leave them in the bag overnight.
So to get the best results, you're going to want to store this in a plastic bag overnight, but we're just going to take them out because we can't wait to see how they turned out.
Okay, take off those rubber bands. And if you know you're unhappy, you want to change anything, that's the best part about this DIY is you can always add to it. And now we're going to hang them up to dry.
And always make sure to wash these on their own because you don't want to stain your clothes, at least for the first time. I'm sure some dye will come out of it, but at least for the first time, just give it some alone time in the washer.
So we did it! Yes!
Yay!
I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY as much as we clearly did. And make sure to subscribe to Pop Sugar Girls Guide, wherever it is. And head on over to Evelina's page and subscribe there too. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.